it's Jamie from Guildbrook Farm, and we're going to give you a very quick end of July garden update. It's hard to believe tomorrow is August 1st. I can't believe how fast the summer's gone, and the last couple of weeks have just been a whirlwind of activity, so much so that I've kind of been a little negligent in the garden. But right now I want to give you a quick update as to what's going on in the garden, what worked, what didn't work, what's going on in the front landscaping, the back landscaping. We're just going to do a quick overview. Let's go. Believe it or not, the most successful thing in my garden has been these marigolds. I grew them from seed and they turned out beautiful in the garden. Great for pollination, and they just so happen to help my tomatoes. We're having a really good harvest on tomatoes. We have some really nice Romas and Amish paste and a couple other slicing tomatoes going on. We need to get some of these harvested and thrown in the canner for some nice tomato sauce. Didn't have much luck with the peppers this year. We had a bunch of plants, but none of them really produced. So I would say this one, not so good this year. I don't know if you can see this, but my butternut squash is doing amazing this year. Last year was a total fail with squash bugs. This year I used a product called Spinosad. It's all organic, and look at these guys. We might actually get some nice butternut squash this year. The cucumber trellis turned out pretty cool this year. It's starting to die off now, but I was able to harvest quite a few cucumbers, and these are mostly for the chickens, so this was a really fun experiment. I'm so excited. I have to thank Rose over at Wholesome Roots for her ginger video. I am actually getting ginger. I've never grown ginger before, and this is so cool. It'll be really exciting to be able to harvest some of this and use it in some recipes. As for the eggplant, well, it's not doing so well. I have some aphids and some ants on there, but who knows, maybe we'll get one or two plants, I don't know. Little baby cantaloupes, these seem to be doing all right. Hopefully we'll get some of these this year. There's been no shortage of squash this year. I don't even know what to do with it all. Squash tots out the wazoo, that's what I can tell you. We've been eating tons and tons of squash, and chickens have been eating a lot of squash. Not a bad problem to have. I have to thank the Spinosad for all of our success on this one. Again, squash bugs, Spinosad, works. This is the back of the house, and as you know, I kind of did an edible landscaping experiment in the front and the back. Back, not so successful. We really don't get much sunlight back here, and I put a lot of sun-loving plants back here, which was, you know, not the best idea, but I had them left over, so I figured what the heck. As you can tell, the peppers and stuff, they just didn't do so well. They really need a lot more sunlight. Other things such as the collards got eaten up by slugs. We tried many things, like these little copper coils and stuff. Nothing really worked for the slugs. But this was all just a big old experiment just to see what worked and what didn't work. Back landscaping, not so much. We are in our front landscaping now, and as you can see, we have some of these beautiful sugar baby watermelons that are doing beautifully. Sorely in need of some water, but other than that, they're growing wonderfully for me. We did a little experiment with putting tomatoes in our front landscaping. So here we have some Hawaiian currant tomatoes. Here are some yellow pear tomatoes, and in the back there are some white fox cherry tomatoes. And they're all doing pretty well. They're having a little bit of trouble ripening because they don't get as much sunlight up front, but as you can see, we have quite a bit of tomatoes on there. I also have some basil. It's starting to bolt a little right now, but everything's doing, as far as the tomatoes and stuff, we're doing really well up here. Let's show you what we have going on over here. We also planted some Molly's ground cherries in our front landscaping, and these guys are doing crazy. They're like all over the place, definitely producing. If you guys haven't seen these before, they're like little lanterns, and you peel them, and they taste like pineapple. They're so good. You guys are doing awesome. Then we have our elderberry and our artichoke in the background here that are hanging in there. They're doing pretty well. And that about sums up what we have going on in the garden, in the back landscaping, and our front landscaping. Overall, things aren't too bad. I mean, we had some successes, we had some failures, but overall, it's all just one big experiment to see what works, what doesn't work, and just having a good time doing it. So I'd like to hear from you guys. How are your gardens doing this time of year? You guys having a successful year, or not so well, or mez-a-mez, just so-so? I want to hear from you. Down below, leave your comments, leave your questions, and yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe. See you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for hanging out with us.